Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul? It's floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach. One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible with Helping Hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but Helping Hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, cruising. Helping Hands for cruising, making your dream a reality.
G'day folks, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. First of all, let me just cancel something. Oh jeez, technicals. There we go. Okay, well thank you folks, welcome aboard, nice to have you here. We are we're here doing our live stream, chatting with Shaun. Lots of things to talk about. One of the things that we're looking at is that was Gabby. She's just come off the ABCs and U cruise. We are going to get a proper interview with her and the family to find out how the cruise went. But that was the pre-cruise interview. You would have seen it on the Helping Hands for Cruising channel. So Fantastic. All right. First in there was Joe. G'day, mate. You were going to call it quits, but I see you're back, which is awesome. Nick, welcome aboard, buddy. Nice to have you here. And g'day, PK Adventures. Ryan, is it, if I'm not mistook? Welcome aboard, Ryan. Nice to have you here. Okay, so a couple of things are going on this week. We had our board meeting. We had a board catch-up this last weekend. And so there's a few things that are coming out of that board catch-up that I'm going to bring up. One of the things is, folks, we've got our Dreams in Motion Spring Fling coming up for those of you across the pond. For us, it's the Autumn Fling. We've got a few people that are lined up. We're looking for a whole host more to line up and do an hour. Give us an hour of your time where we're going to raise some funds for HH4C. Now, by the way, for those that may or may not be aware, it's roughly about $5,000 per person to get them on board a cruise ship. Per recipient, I beg your pardon. So that includes the cruise fare, and the cruise fare is always dual occupancy because we always look at a recipient going with a partner or a carer, depending on what the issue is, if there is one. So we're looking at roughly about $2,000 plus the flights, plus the hotel, plus the foods. Lots of things, lots of things that are we are looking at in terms of a cruise. So what we really need is we need as much money as we can get. So all donations are greatly appreciated. You'll see we've got a USD dollar, a AUD dollar value and a USD dollar value. Folks, we would certainly be grateful if you were to put your 2 cents worth in and actually feed into that and up the amount. You know, we need dollars. We need dollars. We've got the Heroes Cruise happening in 2028, which is another thing. If you know of anybody who's ex-military or first responder or fiery or police or any of those, we're looking to try and get them on board cruise ships as well. So please, folks, come and join us. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Now, I better do this header in because this is what's going on this coming weekend. So have a look.
Hey creators, this is bigger than views. This is bigger than subscribers. It's a cruise-a-thon. What if your next live stream didn't just entertain? What if it changed someone's life? This spring, Helping Hands for Cruising is launching Dreams in Motion Spring Fling, April 24th, 25th, and 26th. Helping Hands for Cruising is a non-profit organization providing fully funded inclusive cruise experiences for veterans, individuals with disabilities, Gold Star families, first responders, and caregivers. These are the people who serve, who sacrifice, and who show up for everyone else. Now it's our turn to show up for them. We're looking for YouTube creators to donate just an hour to host a live stream during the Spring Fling fundraising event. Rally your community, share the mission, and help send someone deserving on a healing journey at sea. You don't need a massive channel. You just need a willing heart and a community that cares. Because when creators unite, we don't just go live, we create impact. If you're ready to turn your platform into purpose and help move dreams into motion, join us for the Spring Fling. Let's make waves that matter.
Yes, let's make waves that matter. We certainly want as many people as we possibly can get to come and join us on that Dreams in Motion, because that is actually going to be assisting the lifeblood of HH4C. The more we get involved, the better it is. So, yeah, let's see how we go, folks. All right, that's enough of those interesting tidbits. Let's look at what else has been going on with HH4C. So the biggest thing that came out of the board meeting was we are definitely looking for funds. The more funds we can put together, the better it is. So by that we mean the more funds we put together, the more recipients we can get on board. Now currently we're working for the the Heroes cruise, we're working to put, somewhere in the vicinity of between 10 to 30 recipients, depending on how many cabins we sell. We still don't know the ship, and we still don't know the itinerary at this point. We will have that information shortly. But what we are looking at is we are looking at a Norwegian ship, and we're waiting on their itineraries to come on out. I know that the current itinerary goes to, they've got itineraries till April of 28, but we need to wait until about August, September, October, somewhere around there. Excuse me, folks, the mouth's a bit dry. There we go. All right, so that's what we're looking at this particular point in time. So we're looking at as many people on board that we can, and that would be absolutely amazing. G'day, Jonesy. Welcome aboard, buddy. Jonesy, I've put together a bit of a time a sheet, what do you call it? A video, not video, a list of stills, which thank you provided earlier on. I'm going to try and get those on a little later on. We need to have a look-see at what's going on. So I know you said you're late, but that's cool, mate. You're here, and we appreciate everybody coming on board. All right, so let's have a look. So the first factor is the ABC's cruise. From what I understand, people are coming back. They had an absolute blast. There was a lot of fun circumstances going on, a lot of shenanigans. I've yet to find out what shenanigans Gabby actually got up to, but we will be finding that out during the week, and then on the weekend we shall possibly be having a show where we can bring somebody who's actually spoken with Gabby, maybe Bruce or a couple of others, Denise maybe, or a couple of others on board who can come and have a chat with us and tell us about the cruise and what actually transpired and all that kind of stuff. So we'll be working on that one fairly soon. In terms of other bits and pieces, we're all working together. Jonesy's saying good day to Nick, and Jonesy's also asked, Joe, are you here? I'm pretty sure he'll be somewhere in the background having a look-see. Anyway, so so the ABC's a new cruise is over and done with. There is a couple of people trying to organise another cruise coming up in 2027. It's going to be an Alaska cruise. We want to see what happens with that. If it works well, yay. If it doesn't, well, we'll have to wait and see. We're still waiting on the right things to be done. That is, we're waiting on a video to attend. And once we get that video on board, the board will then go through and have a assessment of what they think, and then decisions will be made. G'day, Tricia. Welcome aboard. Nice to have you here. Good morning from Georgia. You're about to head out to work. Well, thank you for popping in. Nice to see you. As I'm saying, Trish and anybody else who's interested, right now we're getting ourselves geared up for the Dreams in Motion weekend, where we're looking for channels who will be prepared to put an hour together, broadcast on behalf of HH4C with an intent to try and collect some funds for the charity. We want to get as many funds as we possibly can, so that will be absolutely amazing if we can get it done. And that's the key factor, getting some funds together. For all the cruises, I mean, seriously, we know what it's all about. We just got to get enough people on board. We have to have enough of the right people on board, and everybody's going to have an absolute blast. So, talking about the right people, we're looking for the Heroes Cruise in 2028, we're looking for anybody who's coming off, who's a veteran or who's a first responder. Doesn't matter what they've gone through, whether they're a Gold Star family. G'day, Jimmy. Welcome aboard, buddy. If they're a Gold Star family, if they're from a, say for example, they've been a firefighter and they've had an issue or two, and they're undergoing certain help, never have cruised before. We're looking for anybody who's in the first responder veterans environment. Let's get them, who, if they've never cruised before, never had that opportunity, let's get them on board the Heroes Cruise. And we would be most grateful for as much sponsorship as we can possibly get. So there you go. Jonesy said g'day to Jimmy, and Jimmy said g'day to Jonesy. So we've got people going both ways. Tricia, you have a safe day at work. I hope everything pans out well for you. What are you now? It's is Georgia on Eastern Standard or they are on Central Time? I never know with you guys. I don't know where your states are. I should learn. I really should. No, wait a minute. You guys can learn us. I mean, your guys are coming down here. Well, okay. We do have a cruise happening at the end of the year, 29th of December. We're going to be jumping on the Carnival Luminosa, having New Year's Eve on board the ship, and we're going to have an absolute blast. So it's going to be an amazing time. Lots of fun in the sun, shall we say. Yeah, it's going to be great. It goes from Brisbane to Airlie Beach to Cairns to Willis Island and then back into Brisbane. So a nice 7-day cruise. It was interesting to see, by the way, oh, wait a minute. Jimmy, excuse you, you don't go both ways. Well, you don't. You're not a military veteran, and you are a firefighter, first responder, so that's acceptable. So if you want to go those both ways, we don't mind, mate. Whichever way you want to handle it. Okay. Unless you're talking about who said hello to whom. I didn't repeat myself twice. Anyway, let me move on. Now, Jonesy has certainly done some naughty stuff here, because what he's gone and done is he's gone and highlighted or given me the opportunity of having a look and showing you guys a little bit about what's going on in Tasmania. show some beautiful stuff there. Anyway, let's have a look. What other comments? Jimmy says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, mate. Thank you very much. Yeah, Jonesy likes it both ways. It's a song by Supernaut. And also, it was full of American Asian tourists. Well, they like to come down to Tassie. We want, we want you guys to come on down. The more Americans we get down under, the better. And Nick has actually done Australia like nobody else I've known. So, yeah, it's all amazing. So, folks, what we're asking is, come and join us on the weekend. We're going to have some fun in the sun. If you're not enjoying us, if you're not joining us, you're doing something else, like possibly doing a cruise or going on a vacation of some sort. So all these are exciting things that we're hoping happens. And we look forward to your company. Just what I needed. A bit of H2O there. And yes, it is H2O. Unfortunately, it's nothing else but H2O. I can't handle anything else right now. Too much sugar, and I'm trying to lose weight. Okay, so we have the Dreams in Motion coming up this weekend. We're looking at trying to get as much funds in the coffers as we possibly can, because the more funds we have, the more opportunity there is for us to put cruisers on board ships. We're looking at what's going on with the Down Under Cruises group cruise happening at the end of the year. In terms of what's going on with the Australian side, I still need to talk to my solicitor and find out where we're at, but things are busy progressing as far as that's concerned. It's like I said, it's in their hands, and we're looking to submit it to ACNC to see how that goes. Also, we're looking at the Heroes Cruise ready to start planning. So we are looking for people who are willing at this point to get themselves on board the ship. If you get on board the ship, put down a deposit. If you put down a deposit, we can get you ready, and showing your interest, but we can get you ready and organized so that when we do know what ship we're on, we can then get you to choose your cabins, and that would be an amazing way to do things. So so that's the exciting things that are happening so far. Mostly our focus is on the Heroes Cruise, because we really want to fill the ship. Literally, we want to fill the ship. We're currently looking at doing around about 200 cabins or so. If we can get more on board there, it's going to be amazing. We are looking at various groups that are associated with the vets and with the Gold Star families, as well as the first responders. So we're trying to get, we do have one recipient in the process that we're going to be looking at to come and join us on the Heroes Cruise. That person was put out by another person in a video. So the more we get happening there, the better. And we're already getting the ball rolling. We do know of a number of people that are associated with various organizations that will look at coming on board. So that's going to be amazing. Like I say, in the early stages, we want to fill 10 cabins with recipients, which means we need close to 200. If we can up that, we're looking at doing more if we can get it. So really, it's how the numbers go. Jonesy, how is the cruise scene at the moment with all the world fuel crisis? Will it affect prices? At the moment, the cruise lines, Jonesy, what's gone on is that the cruise lines at the beginning of the year made contracts with the fuel suppliers. So those are still holding for the moment. A couple of cruise lines are talking about adding a fuel levy. We're hoping that this whole process is going to be over and done with before we actually get to the end of the year, which makes our life a lot easier. Which means that they won't be adding fuel, the fuel tax, so to speak. But what we are looking at is there are more ships coming out, is what we understand, a lot on LPG, and I believe there's a ship that's currently being looked at in terms of being an electric powered ship. So we have to wait and see. But the season down under has finished, which means that Carnival will be using its 3 ships year round. We are looking at, and there has been talk to Royal Caribbean and a couple of others, NCL, to see whether or not they'd be prepared to put a ship down under permanently. We're waiting to hear their responses. Some of the Carnival ships that are down here permanently are doing Asian cruises as well, so they're sort of siphoning off a bit here and there and so forth. So there's a lot happening in the cruise world. Just as a matter of interest, I got it on an authority, Deb and Matt, who had checked the Clear website. Aussies currently are now the 4th largest cruising community worldwide. So first would be the US, and then I don't know who the other 2 are. One of them's Asia, I believe, Singapore or China, I'm not sure which. And then, of course, we make 4th on the list. So we're still relatively high there, and that's a pretty good affair. So, yeah, hope that answers your question. Looking at more info if we can get it, but certainly happy to answer all questions. So with regard to HH4C right now, helping hands for cruising, we currently have our logo and our brand name all copyright and what's the other thing? Trademarked. So we shall wait and see. We're just waiting on some legit paperwork to say, here's your number, but that's already done. The applications have been approved, and all we need to do is wait a couple of days for the numbers to come out of the relevant departments. So there we go. HH4C is a registered name. So, yeah. These and other exciting bits of info. What about you folks? What have you been up to this week from a HH4C point of view? I know that we've had a couple of people going on the cruise. So I know that the Real Fate Captain Billy J and his partner Danny were on the ABC's cruise, as was Denise and her man Dwayne, as well as Bruce and Cindy. That's as far as I'm aware at this moment, but there's a whole heap more that were on that cruise as well. So certainly looking forward to hearing about it. The places they went to, the sort of things that Gabby got up to, the foods they ate, the drinks they had, and the company they made, and the friends they made. So that's going to be an amazing thing. Other than that, folks, you pretty much caught up to date. With regard to the end of the year, the Ducks cruise, well, we're still trying to put some things together. When we go up, we're going to be, we haven't quite made the decision whether we're flying or driving up to Brisbane. But we will be spending the night before the cruise at the YMCA, so we'll spend that evening there, and I believe there may be some rooms available there. And then it's cruise day the next day, and then off we go. We'll do the cruise, and ship comes back, we'll attempt to get home straight away from when the ship leaves, because some of us have to yeah, do that. We have to pay for the next cruise, which is the Heroes. So yeah. All right. With that in mind, folks, I'm going to say I know that there are some other channels that'll be doing wake up call. I think it's going to be Eddie Lugo will be doing his wake up call a little later on, because I know that he virtually goes almost every freaking day. But we do appreciate you coming on board, and we do appreciate your support. We look forward to having you guys support us on the weekend, as well as joining us on other cruises. With that in mind, folks, I'm going to call it quits and say you guys have a very pleasant day, those of you that are just waking up, and those of you that are heading off to bed fairly shortly, I'm wishing you a very pleasant evening. Take it easy. Here are some highlights that we've got from the Carnival Horizon when we were on it with the inaugural cruise. Have a good day, folks, and we'll catch up with you later. Take it easy.
Dream set sail today, rising up no delay. Hands reach out, we say, join us, come what may. Waves of hope we ride, strength is found inside. Together side by side, we conquer every tide. Helping hands to cruising, every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing, nothing just
This is from Fantastic Cruise Group, Carnival Pride. We had a blast, we enjoy ourselves.
Smiles light up the night, under stars so bright. Turning
I want to
roads to
thank him and Matt.
holding on so tight. Sail with me, we'll find
rest
joy
of the
in
group.
every kind.
That we all enjoyed ourselves together, and they are great friends of ours now.
Moments we will
We got two
share.
brothers,
Love is in the air.
and
Who are they?
With compassion
Dewey
spread.
and Captain
Hand in
Billy.
hand we dare.
So you guys just had your first cruise. How did you guys enjoy it? And what do you think was your favorite thing that you did?
Favorite thing that we did?
Helping hands for cruising, every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing, nothing, just keep moving. Helping hands for cruising, every heart is choosing. Life's a sea we're losing, nothing, just keep moving.
And do you guys have any recommendations for first-time cruisers?
Under stars so
Believe everything you hear when I say you want to eat.
Definitely.
Food here.
Holding on so tight.
It's convenient, right at hand.
Sail with me, we'll find
The ice cream machine needs to
joy in every kind.
every time you walk through the door,
Leave
it's
the
right
past behind. In each
Great. Well,
way
thank you for letting me
find
interview you.